I started posting in the D&D subreddit because I was curious about like other people's experiences with like party members and like stuff like with the RPing and like how they keep people kind of RPing and not doing metagaming and just stuff like that. And I'm pleasantly surprised that there's a gaming community out there that isn't full of dicks, and somehow it's on Reddit.
Weird.
Yeah.
Whatever. There are a lot of different places on Reddit. There had to be like
There had to be one.
one. Yeah. There had to be one, right?
There's always one. I like Reddit, though. I think it was a great idea.
It's basically the internet a second time.
Yes. But the big part of it is that people actually use it.
Yes.
Because if nobody used it, it would be like every other site that's tried. Like, Dig. Do you remember Dig?
I do remember Dig.
Dig was shitty, though.
Dig was garbage.
It was. There was another one around that time. I can't remember what it was, though. Somebody was giving me shit last week because I lit up a cigarette and they're like reported for smoking weed. I was just like, okay. It's like, yeah, this is obviously weed. I'm so stoned right now. So fucking high, bro. Nobody smokes weed anymore, right? That's an old thing that nobody does.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people still smoke weed.
Especially since it's legal in some places. So, like, why wouldn't you, I guess?
Yeah.
Is it legal where you're from?
Nope.
Do you wish it was?
Eh.
Giant stoner.
No.
I am 3D stoner.
Nope.
All right. Fair enough. I didn't really know where to go from that, so.
Yeah, I never smoked weed.
Ever?
Plenty of friends. Nope. I've never had alcohol either. Just never wanted to. I've had plenty of friends that do, but yeah.
What is your vice then? Anime?
Coca-Cola.
Just regular Coke?
Yeah,
Do you drink a lot of it?
I drink too much of it.
How much is too much? If we were talking cans.
If we're talking in terms of cans,
Like equivalent.
like probably 3 a day.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. That is still probably too much, but
It's
you're
still
fine.
probably too much, but I'm not. Yeah.
I probably drink the same amount of this stuff, the Diet Pepsi. Unless I'm at work, in which case I don't drink anything except water because I don't have a pop machine at work. It's one of those things to say fuck you to the employees. You don't get any snacks for being here. They don't allow a vending machine. We have coffee. The coffee's kind of gross, but it helps me get through the day, usually. Other than that, just water. Straight up H2O.
It's pretty good.
I drink a lot of water. But I don't drink water at home because I drink all of my water allotment at work. It's also a good way to get up from the desk. Move around a little bit.
Yeah.
The water cooler chat, which doesn't happen.
Water cooler chat.
The water cooler is in, like, the break room, so if there's somebody else there, you could potentially have water cooler chat, but I hate most of the people I work with, so I do not want to talk to them at all.
You should just like spend part of your day just sitting, leaning against it, waiting for someone to engage you in water cooler chat.
Just with,
to see what
like,
happens.
one arm on the thing with the cup, it's like, hey.
That guy.
Yeah, be that guy. You watched Game of Thrones last night? Yeah, how was it? Because I don't watch it. They're just like, oh.
Literally ask them about things that you have no interest in or knowledge of.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, other stuff that would be. How's that Call of Duty treating you? Because one of the guys there is like, I'm an MLG Call of Duty player. And then I looked him up. I'm like, No, you're not. You just went to an open house tournament once with MLG people there. But whatever. People do whatever they need to do to feel important, I guess.
Like podcasting.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of the lead up to it. So I'm glad you caught on to it, because I was afraid I would have to grab the reins for that. This is the Burning Barrel Podcast, and welcome.
Hello.
We're here again. It's me, Paul, and with me is John Henry.
Hello.
Is it weird when I say that?
It's not that weird.
Okay.
John Henry is fine. I don't like being called just John. That's what I don't like. John Henry, that's cool.
So why do you hate everybody with the name John?
I don't.
Are you upset that you were not able to steal the moniker Proton John before that became a thing?
Nope.
Fair enough. You weren't called that in high school then?
Nope. I was called Hank.
Yeah.
That was my name.
What rhymes with Hank that you could have been then? Something chemistry related.
Hank the Tank seems like a thing, but that wouldn't apply to me at all.
Hank the Tank.
That's a classic nickname for Hank I've heard in things.
Have you ever been called Tom Hanks?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been called a name that is completely not your own?
Harry Potter, just because people are uncreative, so they think anyone who has glasses looks like Harry Potter.
Is that like the new school version of Four Eyes?
It was a thing. But it was mostly at this one GameStop I went to. People there it really made me not want to go there.
Were they just like one arm on top of the cooler holding a glass? Harry Potter!
Basically.
Right. You didn't want to engage in the GameStop water cooler chat then?
I mean...
I know you don't know where to go from that.
It's just people thought it was really funny to call me Harry Potter, and I didn't really get it. It's not like I really looked like him at all.
Was it like one of those things where it's like, hey, Harry Potter, hey, Bill, come out here, Harry Potter's here, or something? It's like, look at him. He looks like Harry Potter.
Kind of like that, basically.
Kind of cringy as fuck.
Yeah.
You don't really look anything like Harry Potter.
Well, I was younger then.
I don't know what you looked like when you were younger. Maybe you did look like Harry Potter. Simpatico Squirrel saying they're here to absolve me of my sins. It's going to take a lot longer than the 2 or 3 hours we're going to be doing this podcast, buddy, so just strap in. I've sinned a lot. I've done a lot of bad shit. Did you grow up in a Christian or Catholic school at all?
No, because my dad was raised Catholic and decided that was a shitty way to raise your kids.
Being raised Catholic, he is completely right, and I will never do that to my kids. So the torch continues. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boy, I don't miss those days.
He was like an altar boy at one point.
Really?
He was deep in, yeah.
Wow.
And then he realized he had been, and he believed all his Jewish friends were going to hell. And then he realized that's kind of a fucked up thing to tell kids.
Yeah, it is. Also, the whole, not liking gay people or, thinking they're sinners or need to be saved or whatever. This doesn't need to be reiterated. Nathan and I have had these chats a long time before because we both went to Catholic schools, and it's a brutal time.
Yeah. I went to Catholic school for, pre-K and nursery. But, that was just because that was the kind of private school that was around for my parents to send me to.
Fair enough, yeah. The indoctrination is real. To this day, I don't even believe there is a God, but I can recite a lot of the passages that we had to do over and over every week. And that's fucking frightening. That is a scary thing. But that's not worth talking about. What is worth talking about is what we've been doing this week.
Yeah.
Because everything on your list is on mine except for one major point that I really am angry I didn't get time to go see yet.
Yeah.
Should we start with that?
Sure. Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah,
Fucking incredible.
that's what
Like,
everybody says.
it's really good
Actually, no. The men's rights activists hate that movie.
because they're idiots.
Is there a reason why they hate it?
Because so like the beginning of the movie,
Yeah.
Mad Max is kind of just strapped to the front of a car of one of the villains and serving as like a character's blood bag because he's been
Okay.
captured. And
Yeah.
Charlize Theron's character is kind of filling the hero role,
So the
like
new Mad Max?
kind of
Mad Maxine? Or is it Mademoiselle
Furiosa.
Maxine?
Furiosa.
Furiosa. Ooh. Sexy.
Like she is like the right hand man of the big bad guy, but then she betrays him to free his like wives. Like
Okay.
he keeps in a vault.
Okay. Just to be clear, this isn't spoiler stuff, right?
This is like all early setup.
This is like their story setup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but once it gets going, like Mad Max is still it's still he's kind of the main character. She's also a main character, and then there's this other side character who probably has the most significant arc in the movie, who is male. Which also confuses me why the men's activists hate this movie, but whatever.
They hate a lot of stuff.
Yeah, first for particular reasons, which aren't valid criticisms for all things.
Yeah. I'm
it's
sure I will. I'm sure the one thing I will do is after I see it, I will
Yeah.
read all these articles that like are hating on it, and I will see if I can somewhat see their point. But I'm gonna like spoiler alert, probably not. I probably
mean,
won't see their point.
Like, the important thing is that primarily this is an action movie. There's a lot of action. It's all the cars in the movie are real fucking things that were built for it that they're driving around.
That's cool.
Even the super ridiculous ones, like the one that's in the trailer. There's just a wall of speakers and a guy playing guitar that shoots fire.
That's so
That
good.
guy is awesome. He has a great mini arc.
Simpatico Squirrel's asking this. I have a serious question. Is there anything you guys wouldn't do to Charlie's? I would not get her if I needed somebody to run diagonally ever. But if I needed somebody that ran in a straight line, maybe to their own demise, she's the one. She is perfect at doing that, as we've seen in a movie I won't mention in case people haven't seen it by now.
Yeah. So this movie, like the colors really pop. Like
Yeah.
it's really colorful. There are just so many shots in the movie that just look fucking amazing. The explosions are so good.
Cool.
They're so good. Really good explosions.
Michael Bay type explosions.
Just like,
Not as corny, maybe.
yeah, like fire like going out on the ground
Nice.
and like really, really colorful.
Nice.
Like it's really good. And then the plot goes in the direction I would want a story like this to go. It feels like a follow-up. It doesn't feel like it's a fresh start for the character of
Right.
Max. It feels like he sort of feels like an older character, even though he's being played by someone younger. Like he's gone through shit and he's basically crazy when the movie starts. Like he's
Okay.
living up to the mad in part of his name.
Cool. Maybe a more appropriate question for what we're discussing. Have you guys seen the original Mad Max series? I've only
Yes.
actually seen the first. So,
Oh.
is it worth seeing the others?
It's worth seeing the second one.
Yeah.
That one's really good. Thunderdome is like a PG-13, so it's like them making the movie for kids.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Like it was fine seeing it as a kid.
Mhm.
Like it's still, if like you saw it then, like it's still a fine 80s silly post-apocalyptic movie. It's not a great movie.
Okay.
It's easily the weakest one. It's been a long time since I basically only saw those movies when I was a kid.
Yeah, me
I
too.
haven't seen them in a long time. Like I don't really remember them that well.
Would you suggest I go back to them? Like, I have some time until I could probably see this one. Like, maybe
Mm-hmm.
every night put one in before bed or something.
Sure, that
Okay.
seems worthwhile.
Okay. I'm being told the
Because I
second
want
one
to.
was better.
Yeah, the second one I think is the first one is a much lower budget thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also sort of like the apocalypse is happening. I think during it, whereas the second one is pure post-apocalypse.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, good to know. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
report back next time with
and yeah.
a more comprehensive.
If you're gonna rewatch those movies, I might rewatch them too because I want to see those first two in particular again. I don't remember them well enough.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll do that then, and we'll give more comprehensive look next
Yeah,
time
and
about that.
I wrote up a review for Fury Road on the site
Is it
tonight.
already up?
Yep.
Really? I didn't see it, but I didn't check since I was at work.
Yeah, I posted it tonight. Like I had
Gotcha.
time before you got home, so I was like, I wonder if I can write enough to make a real. And it turned out I could.
Okay. Cool.
So I
Very
just
cool.
put that up for the sake of it.
We should almost see if we can set you up with like a pass or something to movies. Like, see if there's anybody that would be willing to give you like a reviewer, like early access or something.
Mm-hmm. That'd be
Like,
cool.
I'll send some emails out or something. That would be cool. Yeah, because you seem to do a lot of reviews for movies.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it,
This was the first one I felt like I was reviewing a movie, not just for the sake of it, not just because I think nobody else would have heard of it otherwise. With a lot of the ones I was doing.
but like if you had early access, you
Yeah,
would be able to do one up maybe the day before or the day of release, and that might be
yeah,
more helpful for
yeah, for sure.
getting some thoughts out there. And also
Yeah,
free movies like,
yeah.
would be cool, but
Hmm.
we'll see what we can work out behind the scenes. I guess I'll see what I can work out behind the scenes because I'm sure they'll want something from me, like a business license or some dumb shit. Did you know PAX started requiring you to be like have a business license for like a certain amount of years and stuff? Like, it's crazy because they used to just not care. It's actually easier to buy a pass and just attend PAX as a person than it is to worry about any of that interview bullshit anyway.
Yeah. PAX has gotten like too big,
It has.
basically.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it's
suffering
not.
from what E3 suffered from when E3 was the only way to see those games, where like it was just this giant inclusive club, or not inclusive, exclusive club. And now PAX
Yeah,
is basically that because there's people buying tickets out and scalping them. So
yeah.
it's crazy.
But it's like worse to me with PAX. PAX is supposed to be just an event where gamers can get together
Yes.
and just have fun.
Yep.
Like if it's so hard to get tickets and you can't like guarantee all your friends are gonna go too, like what's the point? Kind of.
Honestly, like, I know a decent amount of like popular streamers or YouTubers or whatever.
Hmm.
None of them have tickets. Like, they're actually relying on being able to do a panel there and being accepted to even go,
Yeah.
because tickets sold out so fucking quickly. Like, the people that are there every year and doing stuff like in the community or like meeting up with fans or people that they're friends with or whatever, they can't even go now. That's how crazy
That's
this has gotten.
ridiculous.
Like, it's really fucking stupid. Yeah. It had the problem of people loved the idea of all meeting up and like doing the pilgrimage out to Seattle every year to meet a bunch of other people into the same shit as them, play some games, see some panels, and they got so many eyes in one spot that advertisers were just like, we will pay you large amounts of money to be here. And that's
Yeah.
what it's become. And it's too bad, but I do understand the business side of it, that of course like you would do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't like what they've done, I'm saying, where like every
Yeah.
day you have to buy a pass for each day now, and they're like, I think $90 or something. Whereas before, like $80 was for a 4-day pass.
Yeah. It's like that making a it more feels like to me that making a convention for just video game stuff, I guess. It's like too general now.
Yeah, it is.
Like it that draws in too many people. Video games are too much it's like having a movie convention for all movies. Everybody come here.
Yeah,
Like it's too big
it
to
is.
actually serve the purpose of people just being able to go to a thing and having fun.
And that's what MagFest is actually becoming. The place to just go hang out with like arcade cabinets and music there.
Yeah,
as well.
MagFest seems like the most appealing by far to me at the moment.
Yes, especially since this is not far from you, if I remember my geography. Like, it's only a state away, right?
I don't remember where MagFest is even.
It's in Virginia.
Yeah. I mean that's kind of far, but it's not that far.
Like, how long of a flight is that? Hour, maybe?
A flight, it'd be a short flight because that's I Virginia is like an all-day drive.
Okay. So 45 minutes to an hour, probably.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a very long flight.
That is a 7-hour flight for me, I think, or 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
But more importantly, since you would land in Washington, D.C., the prices are extravagant. Like, I remember I was wanting to go 2 years ago to MagFest and to visit a friend that lives in that area for a week or whatever. Round trip flight was like $1,800, which is
Yeesh.
fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that's way too much.
I've been looking into going to Japan this year.
Yeah.
Round trip ticket, $800.
Yeah, that's a much better price to what you're getting proposition.
Yep. Yep. It's fucking ridiculous. Even if you take into account you go to Japan and then you have your ticket home eventually when you're leaving. So that's $800. Let's say you spend $200 on the rail pass so you can see all of Japan. You're still saving $800 to see all of a country as opposed to one city.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't too impressed. I also had I know a lot of people that work for airline here, like specifically my girlfriend's family or whatever. And but since I work at the airport, I know a lot of people that work for airlines. Go figure.
Weird.
There's passes you can get that are basically like you just pay GST on the seat and like fuel, so it's like $80 or whatever. And for MagFest, that's when their like blackout period is from before Christmas to after like a week after New Year's.
Yeah.
And that's when MagFest is. So I couldn't even use that opportunity. Like I would have to pay out of pocket the $1,800. And there's no fucking way.
Yeah, that's not feasible.
No. Anyways, conventions. How many conventions have you been to? 3?
I've been to 5, but like small anime conventions.
What about New
around.
York Comic Con?
Nope, never been there.
Why? It's right there.
It's a fucking like ridiculous number of people, and it's just not appealing. Honestly, it's too big.
Have you ever
I
been
like
to a
smaller
convention with
conventions.
like over 80 to 90,000 people?
No, the ones I went to were not that big.
It's kind of irritating.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I really hate large groups of like masses of people. Like I don't like being in that. Like my brain just starts to wander, like fantasizing about murdering all of them, and I'm like, I don't want to be in this situation.
So is it an anxiety thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I will tell you because I have the same problem that smaller conventions are fine. Mid-sized conventions, like maybe around 50 to 60,000, are the worst. But when you get up to the upper echelon of like 100,000 or whatever, you don't notice it because you become part of this like river that's just moving. These aren't even people anymore. They are clumps of things that you are part of. Like it's crazy how that works.
Yeah, fair enough. It's mostly that like when I've gone to conventions, it's because I was going with a group of friends. So like I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I went by myself. So just having like saying we can all go to this convention, we'll get a room together. Like that was the part that really appealed to me.
Yeah.
The convention was just a background for hanging out with people, really.
Yeah, that's also the problem with the big convention, I will say, though, is that, like, the last time we went, we did the thing where we're going to drive there, so we're going to all pile into 2 or 3 vehicles, and we're all going to share, like, 2 rooms, so there was a bunch of us sleeping on the floor and couches and all that weird shit. And that was fun. The minute the group of, like, 20 of you or whatever go into the convention, you're alone, because everybody gets split up instantly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the big conventions will rip your friends apart from you.
The favorite part, like, that I had by myself was, like, just late at night, like, crowd watching, like, just sitting on because the one I had was, like, in a hotel, and there were, like, it was on both sides, and then there was a long, like, hallway in the middle that had, like, areas where people could just sit on the sides, like, taped off, and just, like, sitting there for a while and watching people walk by. That was fun.
A lot of people in costume.
Yeah, seeing cosplayers and stuff.
That shit can get creepy when you go to anime conventions, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
I was so fucking mad that year. Holy shit. I was so fucking grossed out and angry and depressed. That actually happened this last weekend. Our... Fuck off, cat. The anime convention in our city, Odafest, happened. And the last time I went to it, like 13-year-old girls wearing shit they should not be wearing, and gross fucking fapping noises in the bathroom. It was a bad fucking time. I was so angry at that whole, like, that was the day I was just like, everybody that likes anime can get fucked, because I was so mad. But, like, of course, it's just gross people. And it's held at university, so a lot of people there aren't even there for the convention. They're there for, like, school or something. It was a gross time. Anyways, conventions aside, Mad Max Fury Road, we're seeing in theaters, right?
Yes, it's a theater movie. I probably will see it again in theaters. It's
twice.
One of those. Yeah.
I haven't had a twofer in a long time. You're trying to think of the last one you did.
Mine was probably Kick-Ass, the first one. It was probably some...
Yeah, I agree with you. I really like Kick-Ass still.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Kick-Ass 2 did not hold up as well at all for me.
Kick-Ass 2 is not as good.
No. It's not even close, as I'm remembering parts of it. Like, there's things about that movie I really hated. Like, outwardly hated.
I was fine with it, but it didn't like do anything for me, really.
Yeah, fair enough. Other than that, we've been playing a bunch of games together because we always do.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Guns of Icarus.
Guns of Icarus. That was my first time playing Guns of Icarus.
Yeah, and you bought the 4-pack that you gave away to random people?
Yeah.
Well, they're people we've played with, I think.
People we played with.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was fine because it got us up to having 3 ships to run.
Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know, Guns of Icarus is a first-person shooter-ish type game, but instead of shooting, you're actually manning, like, airship, like a steampunk-ish airship with cannons and shit like that, and it's dogfights, basically, in the air.
Yeah.
It's really fun, though. It really is.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Like, it has sort of that payday quality of, like, you're just running around, handling stupid shit.
Yep.
Working as a team, kind of.
Kind of. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. So we had 11 people at our peak, and it requires 12 people to man. It's 4 people per ship, so we had 3 ships, basically, with 1 random that joined in whenever we would play.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad for that random, because I'm pretty sure he was stoked. It's like, yes, I'm with a clan. I'm going to get a bunch of wins under our belt. Just, like, not even one takedown, because we were so split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't. We didn't know what we were doing, really, as far as organization goes.
Yeah. No, we had no organization, and it's really bad because we were all in TeamSpeak together, so we could have all been fine. But either way, it's still super fun to just play games with friends, and that's literally what we did. We basically LAN partied that game. over the internet. So
yeah, it was cool. We
yeah.
played it for like 3 hours or something.
Yep. That I got back into that game because Polaris did their sponsored shit this last weekend, or they released their sponsored videos of them playing Guns of Icarus, and I was just like, you know what? You're right, Polaris. That game was fun. Your sponsored advertisement totally worked, and I'm gonna go play this game I already own. So yeah, no, I had a really good time, and I don't think I would have had a nearly as good of time as if it was only like 4 of us manning one ship and losing with another team with our team. But it's kind of okay to lose when you're all just having fun. Like, it really doesn't matter. Smart shit talks too much, maybe, but
whatever. It was no one got mad that we were losing, so
no, it was a good time.
It's fine.
Yeah, and the one game we did win was because everybody on their team left.
Yeah,
that felt kind of shitty, but whatever.
Yeah.
That game is still really fun, and I highly recommend anybody who wants to check out something like that, check it out now while it's on sale, because it's super cheap.
Yeah.
Like $3 or something for one copy. $8 for 4? Was that
like
what
it was under $8 for 4. It was like 7.5.
Yeah, that's
and
ridiculous.
that was 4 copies of the collector's edition, which is $5 instead of like the $3.74 of the standard. Which comes with like the soundtrack or whatever.
I bet with that sale and Polaris is pushing it this weekend, they got a shitload of people back in or buying it for the first time. So they're doing smart.
Spiked. Yeah.
They're doing smart advertising. They know the power of like what these YouTubers and streamers and stuff could do. So good on them for taking advantage of that, and not only taking advantage of that, but letting the customers that want to check it out take advantage of them by putting it down in price.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Really smart. I don't really know what to say about that game other than that, though. Like, it's one of those games that I say you need 3 other people at least to really play and have fun with.
Yeah.
To ban the ship.
That wouldn't be a fun game to play by yourself at all.
I don't think so. Yeah. But yeah, good game. I liked it. Speaking of good games, question mark. We played League of Legends again.
League of Legends.
Are you back in?
For League. I mean, I like League. League's okay.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with League is I don't know how most of the heroes.
Yes.
Still. I've played a bunch of that game, but I haven't played like any of that game. If you look at for like the skill curve stuff.
Even the heroes I do know, like I forgot what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I played 2 games, and I don't even know what I'm doing. Like I played 2 games as Nunu, who I played before I know I don't like, but I'm just like, no, I'm playing Nunu. That's a dumb thing to do. Fine, let's do it.
And of course we win.
I played it the second time just because I was so mad that I got stuck with him the other game. So I was like, fuck you, game.
You're just like, no, this is my choice. I'm going to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a thing.
That game continues to be fun with somebody who tells you how to play it, though.
Yeah. And who can just win when he wants to.
I don't understand.
Silly.
That's the weird thing to me, is because you don't have that in Dota. You don't have like one person who can just win the game if you're all failing.
Yeah, I mean, League seems totally unbalanced.
It really feels that way. But maybe the balance is in that you have to be matched up with people that are equal to your skill level. Maybe that's where the balance is.
I've never played a Dota with someone that good.
You've never played Dota with like Dendi or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's it.
On your MMR level too. Okay, you know what? This is totally unfair to League that we're saying this, because we have to clarify a few things. We are bottom tier like MMR because we don't play the game, and we got a high level tier player to play with us. So, you know what? It's probably balanced. We just threw the scale completely out of whack, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you play tonight by chance?
I did not play tonight. I was
Okay.
writing that Mad Max thing.
Okay. Yeah, because Dylan messaged me and it was just like, "You up for some league?" I'm like, "No, I'm at work, but maybe these two are," and included
Hmm.
you in.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I was doing other stuff.
maybe Cujo did though, because I think I saw him in the team speak.
Yeah,
But
I've seen him in there. He's been playing a lot of League, I guess.
lately, yeah, he has.
I was up last night talking with him for a while.
Oh, like after I left?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, about
just
anything special?
we just shot the shit about a bunch of stuff. Ran through a bunch of topics.
Yeah,
It's fun.
that guy's pretty decent at talking. I will give him
He's
that.
he's really good at it. He's
Yes,
also really good at League. Like really good at League.
yes. Do you think that would help or hinder you in Heroes of the Storm? Because like I've played Dota before, but I'm by no means as good at Dota as he is at League, like at all.
Um, it would probably help you because skill shotting is with skill shot characters. That's still a thing.
Yeah,
I feel like there's still
the pacing's
parts.
way different though.
The pacing is way different.
So I don't know.
I don't
And
know.
not being able to buy items, like
Yeah,
maybe.
and you still need to learn the quirks of the different heroes. I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. Heroes is a much less. I feel like you would still pick up on heroes pretty quick though,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it's much there's less to pick up on.
Yes, I agree. There is a lot to pick up on League. And
It's
unfortunately, you just can't pick up on it unless you watch a video on YouTube, buy randomly heroes and test them out, or play against those heroes randomly in games and find out what they do.
yeah. There's so many heroes in League, and I can't. And you like
Hmm.
can't play any of them, and there's so much about League that frustrates me
That
in
LeBlanc
terms of like
play
its
was
structure.
so gross.
It's hilarious.
It was so gross. Just jumping around and like everything dying that was nearby. It was fucking amazingly unbalanced feeling.
Hmm. The snowball is real,
Yeah, yeah, it is.
and that can happen in Dota. But
Not to that extreme, really, though.
yeah,
Or maybe it can. Again, I haven't really played with a pro level player, so
yeah,
there is that.
yeah,
Yeah, but that game still is fine. I There's one thing I do like about it way more than Dota is that since it's so bare bones, like of a game, like it loads after you've already launched and whatever, and it's still kind of not big on your hard drive
yeah,
or anything.
yeah.
It runs extraordinarily smooth.
Hmm.
Like there's no hiccups, there's no ping problems I've had. Like it is very smooth. The art style I kind of like too. It reminds me of the old Warcraft days.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things I do like about it aesthetically. Not being able to like hit your own creeps though, like deny.
yeah.
I don't know, man. It still
I
bugs me
know.
when you can't do it.
Yeah, that's always bugged me about League.
And Heroes. It actually bugs me in Heroes too.
Yeah, I've gotten, I've heroes. I just like my brain is like in the heroes space when I'm in the heroes space now. When I play League, my head is still in like a different space. Like I haven't forged out a League space in my brain because I haven't played enough of the game ever.
Maybe we will when we play more and more.
Yeah,
If we do.
if we do.
Do you think we'll ever get that way with Sins?
No.
I don't think so either. Like, sorry, Fist. I don't. There's. I realize what the problem is with Sins. It's really what we were talking about before. Is that it requires too much of your time because they implemented too robust of like other idea within the MOBA.
Yeah,
And I think that is a detriment. Where Heroes went the opposite way, and they made it streamlined and easy, which is why it's easy to have that as a secondary, or even like have a secondary MOBA on top of it, like LoL or Dota.
yeah, for sure. Like I don't think like before Heroes, I looked at all these other MOBAs and I'm like, there isn't room in the mark like there isn't room to play these other games because you want to play these games with people, and you're
Yes.
much easier to find people in the two games that are really popular.
Yes.
But Heroes like forges its own thing with that Blizzard ability to bring in people that wouldn't play that kind of game.
Yes.
Like they've expanded the market because it was different enough and accessible enough to bring in people who weren't playing those games, which, like, as someone who does like those games, playing with different people who weren't playing those games, that's like super cool. Like, it's just still very exciting.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, absolutely. But man, rank 1 looks fucking ridiculous. Like, the thing is, I don't find Heroes fun to watch.
Yeah.
But when I do watch like a high level ranked person play it, there's very easily, you can see that there's an esports like thing going on there. Like, you can definitely do that. Which I didn't think existed until I saw high level play of it, and there's so much you actually have to think about. I would even say more so than Dota and League, because you're not even worrying about item builds anymore. You're worried about the base mechanics of playing the game, which is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like Dota, it's like you do worry about playing the base game, but just learning all like the facts about it comes first.
Well,
So you don't like spend as much time even thinking about like the playing. Whereas Heroes, you get to just thinking about the play quicker, I would say.
see, with Dota, it's basically like, I think you only worry about how you're playing mechanically until you have the items to make your game easier.
Yeah.
Whereas you never have that cushion later in the late game of Heroes. But there's also the detriment of when you are losing in the late game of Heroes, you're not coming back. Like, it's way too hard to come back. They're too decisive early on, I think, where that's where the balance of items and like good play and stuff come in Dota, is that you can come back with good play.
I do know that the apparently like the last big patch that sort of upended Dota, they made comebacking harder because matches were taking too long. Basically, people were getting, the pro players in particular were getting frustrated with games that took too long.
The 3-hour match or whatever.
Yeah, that was, yeah. So I guess that happens in Heroes. Honestly, I feel like could be a lot to its favor from the pro scene.
I agree. Because the pro scene, from what I've seen in League and StarCraft and stuff anyways, they know when they've lost within the first 5 minutes, and they just GG afterwards. When they know they can't do anything, and then they end the game. Because they know, there's no way I can come back, we're done, let's move on to the next one. And Dota has that long burn of like, you're sunk, but you have to wait another half an hour until you're done.
Yeah, like you're playing good enough where you're just delaying, even though you can't win.
Yeah,
kind of.
Exactly. Which is why a lot of people just AFK in the fountain.
Yeah, which I hate.
I do hate it. Yes.
There's like my core of my being. I hate just giving up like that. Because then you're not playing the game for fun. You're playing the game to win, which is like, it's like sort of, you're missing the point if you're not actually a pro player.
Yeah, exactly. This is an easy transition to make. We've been playing Heroes of the Storm. Go figure.
Fuck.
I haven't been playing as much as you have, I don't think, though. Like, I am keeping it kind of at an arm's length lately.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I might be keeping to an arm's length, except we're doing that tournament thing later, and I want to get a little bit better at certain stuff.
That's kind of why this weekend I would jump on, and like if you guys needed a fifth, I'd jump in. But like I would see 5 people in the room, even if one of them like wasn't with you guys, I would just jump out, because it's like I have other stuff I could do. I know we're gonna be going kind of hard on this like for the next couple weeks just together when we're able to get together. So I'm not too worried about getting in my 3 hours tonight, because I know I'm gonna get like 10 hours over the next 2 weeks probably.
Yeah. And it's more I've gotten sick of playing Illidan, kind of.
That's fair.
Like that people are always like, "Oh, play Illidan." And I'm like, when I'm playing Illidan, I don't actually feel like I'm winning more often.
Right.
Like I'm like looking at my match history, and it's not like I'm winning every game I'm playing as Illidan, even if I'm pretty good with him. Like I feel like I want more. I feel like I actually play better when I'm still varying it up and having fun and trying stuff. I don't know. I prefer to do that, but people keep telling me to play Illidan. I'm like, fine.
Yeah. I I guess the thing is that like you can play Illidan or whatever, but
Yeah.
if we don't make a composition that helps you out,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a bad time and we're gonna lose anyway.
Because the thing with Illidan is he's not good at the early game. So then your team has to like play to make up for that. But
Yes.
as long as you can keep it close, he can take you over the top for the late game because he gets really strong. But if you're having a
Even
bad
mid
time,
game, I would
yeah,
say.
yeah, like you at least have to get to level 7 when he gets his heal. Like he's
Yeah.
basically useless to level 7, kind of.
Right. Yeah. But there'll be a whole lot more, like, not on the podcast obviously, talks between us and other people about compositions and what we think we can work with and backups and all that sort of shit that you talk about when you're entering a competition.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, fair warning, if you don't like hearing about Heroes of the Storm, it's going to come up every now and then for the next couple weeks at least. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's not going away anytime soon.
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, not anytime soon. I would
Yeah.
like to get more into League, though, honestly. Like,
Yeah, fair enough.
at least to the point where I know which items I can build to help, like, balance out how I'm feeling. Like, if I'm feeling, oh, I'm too weak, I want to kind of know which tankier items I could build to make myself power up a little bit and do damage if I need it, or all that sort of stuff I already know in Dota. So I want to get a basic knowledge of which items to look out for and, like, work with. And I also want to get a little bit more knowledge of just all the heroes and the basic shit they can do to watch out for. Not necessarily
Yeah.
every single hero's abilities, but what I should be looking out for, really.
I would say my biggest problem with League is with the MOBA, like when I really get hooked is when I found a hero I really like. Like I just really like this hero how
And
they
that's
play.
Nunu.
No.
Do you like Nunu at all?
Not really.
Okay.
I feel like I don't do any like it's more like this is dumb. I'm like trying to affect the game, but I feel like I'm really not very strong at all.
I
It's
really like
silly.
Blitzcrank a lot.
That's the thing. I haven't found any hero that I really like that like has connects me with the game, and like that's where I'm at with it. Still, I still haven't found that hero that
Yeah.
like I turn the corner on the game.
Yeah.
Where like that was Tazadar with heroes. Or like when I
It was
playing
like
Tazadar.
instant too, because that
Yeah.
was one of the first ones we were playing. Like you were playing a lot when we were playing together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the one that was like I turned the corner on this game. Whereas opposed to like Raynor where I was playing, I was like, yeah, this is whatever.
I really don't like Raynor, and I don't understand how people pick him. I
I really
don't get
don't
it.
like playing with Raynor because he doesn't have any good positioning stuff. His only positioning move is bad because it pushes the enemy away.
Unless their positioning as a player is so good that that is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, we never see a good player play Raynor in like pro or anything like that either. And there's a reason for that. It's because you literally have to be on enemy territory, pushing an enemy towards you, like towards your territory to be able to win. And in that case, you're eligible for a gank, first of all, and you're not the tankiest hero to begin with. You are right in cannon range usually in the early game if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like it's really really hard to say that Raynor is a good hero in many ways. I will say though, like Tony is saying in the chat, his ult can be fucking fantastic for a hard push. Like it's
It can
quite
be really
good.
good.
Yeah.
But there are other heroes with really good ults.
Yes, exactly. That's the problem, because even his ult, as good as it is constantly moving, and when you dodge it, it's useless. Like,
Yeah.
you walk out of the circle, you're totally fine.
Yep.
So,
Like it's not good enough to make up for, because it just zones out the enemy. But it
yes.
doesn't help you like win the team fight necessarily.
Right. Exactly.
And he doesn't have anything to help you do that.
So, what I've been thinking is ETC combo along with, like, either Jaina or Kael'thas is probably one of the strongest combos in the game for
I think
damage.
ETC is ridiculous right now.
He is too strong for a joke character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that. I feel like he's slightly better now even than he was. Like with the
yeah.
changes they made.
Yeah.
That you can power slide with his ult later.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I've also come circle on Kael'thas. If you get Pyroblast, you are a sucker. That is a bad ult. Because the charge up time is too much for the little payoff that can eventually happen. And you can be stunned out of it, and then you're useless in a team fight for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Whereas with good positioning and good play, the Phoenix will always be good in a team fight where you have some CC involved or are able to funnel people into an area. And I don't know for sure, but I think the Phoenix might actually damage buildings as well if you position it. Yeah. Pyroblast doesn't. Straight up. It's not. So the versatility of Phoenix is way too much compared to Pyroblast. I might kill a guy, but I probably won't, because if their healer's any good, he's going to heal them up enough so that when they hit the pyro, get hit by the pyro, it does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing with heroes for, I guess, since last week, where I finally found a straight healer and had a good time playing them.
Brightwing?
That was Lily.
Lily is one of the strongest healers in the fucking game, so.
Yeah. The big problem with her at high levels is she can get stunned out of her ult.
Yes.
Which really, and then it's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
That's her big flaw.
but going the opposite way, her other ult I don't feel has enough utility in a team fight that it's
No, it's not.
it's not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like my big moment was like I was playing a Lily and there was some random Illidan and I was just following him around and keeping him alive and he was wrecking everything and it felt so good.
They fixed the thing now, the double dragon thing that you could do on Illidan before as well. Which is kind of too bad, but I know why they did it, because Illidan would literally 1v5 a team and be fully healed the whole time. It was broken. Like, it was fucking broken. So they fixed that. Lily still continues to be super strong, and weirdly enough can do some damage. Like, she can actually help fight if you need it, but obviously she's the worst maybe of the healers in doing damage. But I don't
really
know.
like Lily.
She is really good.
I really like Tassadar as a second support though. His wall is just too good. Like it's kind of too good the more I play with it.
Yeah, that's why, like, when I started playing with the wall, I find it hard to ever go back to Archon. Really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Depending on, like, of course, your matchup. But anyway.
Yeah. There are some matches that are going super bad where I feel like we just need more damage.
Yes.
And I'm annoyed, but the wall it's too good at
it really
positioning
is.
Stuff.
And that cooldown is ridiculous.
It's so short. It's so short.
Yep.
That you always have it. Because the big thing with team fights, like the more I play it, is the thing that I fear the most is teams that just deathball in team fights that stay really close together and you can't like grab anyone and pick them off.
But it's so good when they're balling in somewhere. You put a fucking wall down and, oh, look, Lily's on the opposite side. Just destroyed in the 2 seconds before your wall's back down.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. It's way too good. I like it. I like it a lot.
It's fun.
Yes, it is.
It's fun times.
What would you say your strongest role is if you had to pick one between the four? Strongest and
like
weakest.
it's less roles. It's more like I have I feel like my best characters are Tassadar, Illidan, and ETC.
Okay.
And then Sylvanas, probably, just because Sylvanas is so strong. But I feel less like Sylvanas is as big a difference maker as I felt like she was earlier. I don't know why. I feel like people have sort of figured her out to an extent.
They have, yeah. The thing that still makes her, in my opinion, top tier for her class, though, is because of her escape.
Yeah.
Like, her being able to do a whole bunch of damage and then get away scot-free is really good.
Yeah, if you're good enough where you can play it so you don't die and you can get away from stuff, then yeah.
Yep.
You're right. That is what makes it really good.
Yeah. Cool. That's kind of been it. I guess.
Yeah, I didn't play any more Old Blood. I didn't really play any more Necrodancer this week.
We did do one thing.
Well, yeah.
So, we finally started our campaign, Yalaton, the Age of Change.
The Age of Change.
For Dungeons and Dragons.
It's mostly strange.
Deranged?
We're all deranged.
Yeah. So yeah, we started our D&D campaign with Hannah and David, and of course, led by the wonderful Dungeon Master Tony, who is probably in the chat, and I am sucking up because I almost died. But anyways, if you want to watch what happens, I'm not going to give any spoilers as to how that ends. That's all on like the Twitch VODs or YouTube or whatever. You can go find that. How did you feel? What did you think?
I had fun. I liked it. We did. I feel like our role play was strong. It still felt like we're learning. Like it still felt like a first session kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. There were still some kinks, but
yep,
it seemed pretty good. It was. I really enjoyed it.
Yes,
it was fun.
Yes, it was good. That, like I was saying, this has nothing to do with like our party or people. I really wish we had a fifth that was like a mage to just do some weird magic bullshit. Because I would like to see how a mage plays out, but I never play a mage, so I will probably never see firsthand how that works. I guess I could if we did like a one-off or whatever, but I never really like playing mages in anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you ever play mages?
Sometimes.
Okay. Did you have a mage in World of Warcraft?
That was actually the first character I played was a mage.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I got him to like 33 and then changed.
Yeah. Frost Mage?
I think it was Frost Mage.
Of course it was, because that's the leveling class. Or at least it was back then. I don't know what the fuck you do now, but you just pull a bunch of shit you shouldn't be able to pull. Fucking Frost Nova, Runaway, Blizzard, and then when they're following you after that. If they're not dead yet, you're just going to teleport away, or blink away, rather, is more appropriate. Mm-hmm. Then just do it all over again, and you will clear a whole area by yourself.
Yeah. First played mage, then I leveled like a rogue to like 18, and then me and my friends I switched servers to play with some friends, and I leveled a priest. I leveled a holy priest. Discipline.
God
priest.
Damn it.
Leveling discipline priest.
Why would you do that? Do you hate yourself?
Well, for one thing, I was basically never leveling alone. I was basically always leveling with people.
That makes a difference, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a huge difference.
So I have a Shadow Priest that I got with like a free 90 upgrade. Mm-hmm. I don't want to level her. I don't. Like, I don't... Even people have said, like, I looked stuff up, because I was playing her for a bit in raids and stuff. So I looked up, like, what people's ideas of Shadow Priests are, and I was right. They feel underpowered as fuck for what they should be doing.
For sure.
So, I was pressing 3 buttons whenever we would raid, it's so not fun at all because one of those button presses you are channeling, so you are just sitting there waiting for the next button. Like, it's kind of a fucking gong show, and I didn't have any fun doing that. So that priest will probably go to holier discipline, maybe even PvP, like do a PvP build with her if I level up. But I don't know, man. They need to buff Shadow so hard. It used to be really good, but
Yeah, there was a time it was really good. I remember Shadow Priest like at the beginning was like completely unplayable, like super early WoW.
yeah.
It didn't work.
I remember trying to level a Shadow Priest and having to throw Shadow Word Pain on something and then hit it with Smite and hope that it would die, and it never did in time, and it would get like 3 hits on me. But that's kind of what the developers had planned, because you also have this heal button, so they wanted you to heal between every encounter with an enemy as well, which means you are drinking after every 2 pulls.
Yeah, back in the day when you would actually run out of mana, it was rough times.
Tony's saying, I think Shadow is part of God Comp right now for PvP. Maybe. You know what? It very likely might be. I don't PvP, though, so I wouldn't know.
I was PvPing at the start of Draenor, but I was doing arena stuff too. But we basically lost interest in playing the game for the most part. But we were doing arena at the start of Draenor.
My favorite memories of WoW was when they gave Retribution Paladins their upgrade. I think it was 3.1 or 2.3 or something.
Yeah.
They got Divine Storm for the first time, and they also had some, I can't remember what it was. I think Strength like increased their holy damage as well as like their regular melee or whatever. So I remember jumping into battlegrounds and like where people would congregate in like Alterac Valley, just going through with like Divine Storm and fucking 3-shotting like everybody. Just like, yes!
Yeah.
And then that was nerfed next week. The week after. It was nerfed in the next patch instantly because people were so fucking angry. Actually, wait. That would have had to have been before Burning Crusade, because that was before the Horde had Paladins. Interesting. No wonder people were pissed. Because one side had a clear advantage all the time. That's fucked up. Yeah, you know what? That nerf was a good nerf. You did it, Blizzard. You broke the fuck out of that game, and then you fixed it instantly. So good on you. Yeah. Good times. Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of MOBAs, Smite's now on Xbox One. What?
Apparently. I feel like if Smite wants to like find its niche, I feel like that's a good console MOBA. Seems like a good one for it.
Absolutely. It plays like it even like on PC. It plays like a third-person action shooter plays.
Yeah. So, there's like no reason that shouldn't be on consoles.
Absolutely. And I really like Smite. I think the thing I love about it the most is that they had that Hi-Rez had that thing where, I think they still do, you can just buy all the heroes that are in the game and like will come out in the future for $30.
Yeah.
So you can just basically buy the game and have all the heroes, which I like. I do like that model because it is still free to play if you don't want to spend that, but then you're stuck with the weekly rotation. I like options. I like when developers give me options, because if I was like in college still or whatever, or did not have a job, or in high school or whatever, obviously the free to play option gets me into your game. And like I will choose the heroes, or gods rather, I like, and I will buy them appropriately if I can with my allowance or whatever. Otherwise, I am a grown-ass man with a job who spends money on things I like, so I will just give you a lump sum of money and don't hold me back from anything anytime I want to play this. That's exactly how I like to do things.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Also, the games are 3v3, which I love, because you only need 2 other people who are interested in playing with you and trying something out, and that's great. I really like that.
Yep, that all makes sense. That's all. I have not played that much Smite but it seems like it does some smart stuff.
Yeah, it did what Heroes is doing kind of before
Yeah.
Heroes came out, where they're streamlining the idea of what a MOBA can be and like making it easily accessible.
Yeah.
Whereas Heroes took the more traditional approach of, well, we basically created Dota with our assets, so this is Dota, easy Dota, Dota
Yeah.
Light with the characters you actually like,
Yeah. That
Like-
makes a difference.
not Necrophos or Necrolite, as I will always call him, because that's who he is.
It's a Hydralisk. It's not a Venomancer.
Yes. Or I'm trying to remember some of the other changes that kind of. Oh, what's Skeleton King's name now? They changed that. Wraith King. Fuck off. Fuck off with that.
He's not even a
bullshit.
skeleton anymore.
I know. But he's still Skeleton King. That's why when people say SK, I never think Sand King. Ever.
Yeah, I know.
Because when I was playing, nobody played Sand King. Ever. Like, why would you?
Sand King was pretty good.
No, he wasn't.
Yes.
He was never pretty good. He was okay.
He's
But-
okay.
Yeah.
Earthshaker's just better, though.
Earthshaker's so fucking good.
I love Earthshaker.
Yep. Yeah. Slam Sensei.
Yeah.
Sensei Slam. There's another one I can't remember. Oh, Nake's the Life Stealer. Or just Life Stealer. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. There's weird things. Anyway, Smite's now in closed beta on Xbox One. That is
Yep.
the news. You can probably apply for that, I'm guessing, on Hi-Res's site if you're interested. Or just download the game on PC because it doesn't take a lot to play that game. I played it on my laptop. It's not very intense.
Yeah. Yep.
I recommend it. Sorry, I just accidentally closed the wrong window here. So what's the next bit of news? Malware discovered in Grand Theft Auto 5 mods. Angry planes and simple no clip. You'll have to explain this because I don't know what this means.
So it was I think it came out in like a post on the GTA forums. People
Okay.
were like looking at the files for these two specific mods and found that there was fucking malware in them. There was like a .exe that was just being installed, and it's unclear. It was when I read the thing, it was unclear if it was part of the developers put it in there or someone else stuck it in there. But so it's a big thing. Like if you download those GTA 5 mods, you downloaded malware. Fuck, get on your shit, guys. God damn it.
That's so
fucking
ridiculous.
not just because of these particular, it like just makes me super paranoid about downloading mods. It's like it makes me really mad that this happened.
Yeah.
Completely unsettling.
Yep.
And it was malware that was like taking information on login stuff, like passwords and stuff.
That's
Like it was really bad malware.
that's really bad.
really bad.
I'm kind of glad I don't play it anymore because I would totally be that guy who's like, I've played this game for 3 weeks now. Time to see what mods are like. Oh no,
Yeah.
everything in my life is gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's kind of
Bad.
anger inducing.
So paid mods for GTA 5 coming.
Yeah, no shit, hey. Holy fuck.
Fuck.
Some good news though. This week, episode 3 of Life is Strange is coming out, and I'm so excited.
Finally.
I need more.
Need it.
I need more. And apparently they're gonna like talk about chaos theory in this one a little bit, or like deal with that concept, and that's amazing. Oh my god,
So excited.
Ian Malcolm, you were right all along.
That's chaos.
Is it fair to say we'll probably talk about Life is Strange next week then?
Yeah.
Yeah. When that is fully out, I kind of want to replay it again because I'm going to forget a lot of shit about it when the 5th episode comes out.
Yeah.
Like, maybe do a live stream of all of it in one go. That would be cool. But more importantly, I think we have to get some people together and do a spoiler cast and talk huge spoilers. Like, let everything out.
That would be cool.
because that's one game I don't want to spoil. I'm not, like, people that know me know I'm not huge into story things or like what happens, but if I ruined anything that's happened in like specifically the last episode, it's not going to have nearly the impact it should have. Yeah. Also, just for the chat right now, because it's coming up, I am Exposure. He is I am 3D Homer. This side.
Yep.
That guy right there. Yeah.
Hank is I am 3D Homer.
Yes. I am so fucking stoked, though. Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah. That's been really good. Really liked it.
Yeah. And I remember the reason Ben got into it was because he's like, holy shit, Paul's talking about a story-based game. This has to be something like special.
I feel like that's how Ben operates.
Yes.
If somebody hates a genre but likes this particular thing, that's like the hook for him. Because that's what Heroes was for him.
You know, honestly, that's not a bad way to live your life. If you know somebody's opinion is so strong against something, if they like that thing, like, you know that's probably something special that did something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, good on you, Ben. You're doing it right for once in your life. Now stop hitting on little children.
Yeah.
Also, The Witcher 3 comes out. Now.
Yeah.
It's out. Now.
Oh, okay.
It released at midnight for you, which means it released like 4 hours ago.
Great.
Are you excited at all about it?
I'm probably not going to play it.
I will definitely play it. I like those games.
Okay. I haven't played 1 or 2.
You should try 1 at least, maybe, before 2 betters it, and I'm guessing 3 will better it as well. But if you start with 1, what I really like is the combat mechanics in it, like the sword fighting and stuff like that, and different stances you can take to like be more like floaty and whatever, or you can be like stronger hits or shit like that. Like, it's really quite well done. The story is crazy long and goes way into like other territory, like books and fan theories and like fanfics, obviously, because the
it was
internet.
based on books, right?
Yes.
I think the books were first.
Yes. So there's a whole world of lore there that if you're into story stuff, that's there for you. I'm more interested in how it plays, and it plays quite well, or it did. It's dated now, but I remember when it came out, it was fun. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. I think.
Look forward to hearing about it.
Yeah. Maybe this weekend. Like, maybe I will play it this weekend, but you will probably hear about it. I know people listening will hear about it next week if I play it this weekend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think that's it.
Seems like it.
Short episode this week. It didn't go until 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't really know how to end this, so closing thoughts for the week?
Heroes is still a decent game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.